Liverpool ready to sign £100 million star, he told friends he wants to join. Attention! Liverpool could submit an offer in the coming days to sign Real Madrid star. Bayern Munich hold new talks to beat Barcelona in race for Liverpool's 28-year-old star. Player wants out. Welcome, fellow fan. Come and check out the latest updates from the biggest club in the world. Liverpool could shake up the transfer market this summer with a renewed move for Anthony Gordon, Newcastle United's winger. According to Football Insider, the Merseyside club remains interested in the English winger, even after failing to secure his signing last summer. This time, under the leadership of Arne Slot, the Reds are reportedly preparing a significant offer for the end of the window as they look to strengthen their attacking options. Gordon, 23, joined Newcastle in January 2023 after leaving Everton, where he rose through the youth ranks and began his professional career. Despite a slow start in the Northeast, the forward had a remarkable rise. In the 2023-24 season, he shone with decisive performances, earning widespread praise in the Premier League and helping Newcastle win the Carabao Cup, his first major trophy as a professional. His consistent performances once again caught Liverpool's attention. Last summer, he came very close to moving to Anfield, but financial demands and Newcastle's delicate situation with the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules caused the deal to fall through. However, with recent sales of Elliot Anderson to Nottingham Forest and Yankuba Minte to Brighton, the Magpies have eased financial pressure and avoided penalties. It is said that Gordon has told friends he is very keen to return to Merseyside, where he grew up and began his football journey. His past at local rivals Everton does not appear to be an issue. In fact, it may fuel his desire to succeed in Liverpool Red. Since then, the club has been closely monitoring his development in Tyneside. The current scenario could pave the way for a possible departure. Newcastle are close to signing Anthony Elanga and are also reportedly tracking Manchester City's Jack Grealish. With Harvey Barnes and Jacob Murphy already in the squad, manager Eddie Howe may find himself with an overload of wingers. That could create an opening to sell Gordon, despite him being seen as the crown jewel of their wide attacking options. Still, Gordon won't come cheap. It's believed that Newcastle would only consider offers in the region of £100 million, a price that reflects both his importance to the team and his renewed contract signed in October. Nevertheless, the player remains open to a move to Anfield. Another factor that could facilitate negotiations is a potential sale of Luis Diaz. The Colombian is attracting interest from clubs in Saudi Arabia and Spain, and his departure would free up financial and tactical room for Gordon, a player with an explosive, aggressive style well-suited to Liverpool's traditionally intense brand of football. With the market still heating up and backstage talks in full swing, a move for Anthony Gordon to Liverpool remains possible and could become one of the transfer sagas of the summer window.
With the possible departure of Luis Diaz, Liverpool are already working behind the scenes to find a worthy replacement, and the name gaining momentum at Anfield is Rodrygo Goes, the Brazilian winger from Real Madrid. Fast, decisive, and with vast international experience, the 24-year-old is emerging as the ideal candidate to strengthen the Reds' attack under Arne Slot. Rodrygo has been admired by Liverpool's hierarchy since his early days at Santos. Since arriving at Real Madrid, he has won major trophies, including the Champions League, and matured into one of the team's key players. However, with the expected arrival of Xabi Alonso and a likely tactical shift at the Bernabeu, his place in the squad could come under threat, opening the door for potential transfer talks. Meanwhile, Luis Diaz's situation remains unresolved. The Colombian scored 13 goals last season and was instrumental in Liverpool's title-winning campaign. Yet, with only 2 years remaining on his contract and no renewal offer on the table, the prospect of a transfer is growing. Bayern Munich and Barcelona are currently leading the race for the 28-year-old, and Liverpool are said to be open to selling him for around €80 million. According to the Spanish website Fichajes, Liverpool are determined to push hard in the race for Rodrygo, alongside Manchester City and Arsenal. The site reports, Rodrygo goes has become one of the most sought-after names in this summer's transfer window. 3 Premier League giants, Manchester City, Arsenal, and Liverpool, are battling to secure his signature. Arne Slot sees the Brazilian as the ideal reinforcement to raise the level of Liverpool's attack. The report adds that Liverpool have already been informed of the player's situation and that an official bid could be made in the coming days. Even though Rodrygo was under contract with Real Madrid until 2028, the constant movement within the squad and the arrival of new signings could influence the Spanish club to consider serious offers. The signing of Rodrygo would not be just a replacement for Luis Diaz, but a bold step in the Liverpool's rebuilding process. Young, versatile, and experienced, the Brazilian fits Arne Slot's attacking style and has the potential to shine in the Premier League. Although Diaz's departure concerns the fans, his high market value and unresolved contract make this a good time to negotiate. If Liverpool acts quickly and strategically, they can turn Rodrygo into their new star and reaffirm their position among Europe's elite.
Luis Diaz's future at Liverpool is surrounded by uncertainty. The 28-year-old Colombian forward has been strongly linked with a possible departure from Anfield this summer, with Bayern Munich and Barcelona showing interest in signing him. According to journalist Florian Plettenberg, Diaz is open to a transfer during the European summer, although his destination has not yet been determined. A move to either Spain or Germany would represent new and exciting challenges for the player, who has already won major titles with Liverpool and may feel that the time has come to pursue a new chapter in his career. Bayern Munich has resumed talks with the player, eyeing him as a replacement for Leroy Sané, who left the club as a free agent at the start of the window. Luis Diaz emerges as a strong option as he brings speed, skill, and consistency, ideal attributes for the Bavarian side's attacking style. His arrival would add goals, creativity, and unpredictability, essential elements to strengthen the German team's offensive line. Meanwhile, Barcelona is also closely monitoring the situation. The Catalan club failed in its attempt to sign Nico Williams earlier this summer and now sees Diaz as a viable option to reinforce the attack. However, convincing Liverpool to sell him at a reasonable price will be a major challenge. The situation at the English club also directly affects the negotiations. The Reds squad already suffers from a lack of depth in the attacking department, and the recent tragedy involving the death of Diogo Jota has further complicated this delicate scenario. As a result, losing more attackers could disrupt the balance of the squad. Internally, keeping Luis Diaz at Anfield is seen as a priority. However, the player is open to new opportunities and is unlikely to force a move. The Colombian maintains a professional attitude, and his future will depend on how interested clubs respond to Liverpool's demands. Diaz is in top form and at the peak of his career. His quality would be an immediate boost for any major European club. At the same time, Liverpool must act cautiously. With Darwin Núñez as the main figure in attack, the current English champions cannot afford to lose further attacking depth in a single transfer window. Replacing multiple pieces at once would represent a strategic risk. In the coming days, the outcome of Luis Diaz's situation is expected to develop further. Until then, the Colombian will remain one of the most watched names on the market. Thank you very much for watching until the end. See you next time.